Have you ever felt like the more you think, the less you fit in? Like your thoughts dig too deep for casual conversations and your questions make people uncomfortable? If so, you're not alone. In a world that rewards confidence over contemplation and surface over substance, deep thinkers often feel like aliens, misunderstood, dismissed, sometimes even resented. But why? Why does society push away those who ask hard questions, think critically, and seek truth beyond appearances? Today, we're diving into the hidden cost of intelligence and why deep thinkers are often rejected by the very society they aim to understand. Let's start with something simple. Humans are social creatures, and our brains are wired to prioritize belonging over brilliance. In a group setting, being liked is often more valuable than being right. This means that people who think differently, speak with nuance, or question widely accepted beliefs can come off as difficult, even if their intentions are good. Deep thinkers tend to challenge assumptions. They shine a light on uncomfortable truths. And that doesn't always win friends. Because when you challenge someone's ideas, you're not just challenging their opinions. You're challenging their identity. People are their beliefs. So, when a deep thinker walks into a room and starts unraveling shallow logic or questioning the status quo, it doesn't feel like a conversation. It feels like a threat. And the reaction is usually the same: silence, defensiveness, or outright rejection. There's a psychological term for what's going on here. It's called the mirror effect. When someone highly intelligent is around, they become a kind of mirror to others. They reflect back not just what people think, but what they don't know. It's like holding up a spotlight in a dark room, and most people don't want to see what's hiding in the corners. So instead of saying, "Wow, I've never thought of it that way," they say, "You're overthinking it." Or, "Why do you always make things complicated?" Translation: "Please stop making me uncomfortable." And that discomfort isn't just social, it's neurological. Here's the science. When people feel intellectually outmatched, the amygdala, the brain's threat detector, lights up. Yes, you heard that right. A complex idea can activate the same fear response as a physical threat. Why? Because intelligence doesn't just challenge your logic. It can challenge your status, your identity, and your sense of control over your world. And our brains don't like that. They want quick answers, not existential questions. Comfort, not complexity. So when a deep thinker speaks, the average listener doesn't hear, "Let's explore this idea." They hear, "You're wrong and you're not smart enough to keep up." Even if that's not what's being said, here's something even more interesting. Studies show that people are more accepting of deep thinkers in one-on-one settings. But in groups, that's where things get tricky. Because in groups, something else is on the line: social hierarchy. If one person in a group starts using complex language, deep insights, or abstract ideas, others may feel like their social standing is being threatened. And so the group reacts, not by engaging, but by mocking, dismissing, or excluding. You've probably seen this in action. The smartest kid in class gets called a know-it-all. The quiet thinker in the meeting gets ignored until someone louder repeats their idea. It's not just high school behavior, it's human behavior. And this isn't new. History is full of deep thinkers who were rejected, mocked, or ignored in their time. Socrates was sentenced to death for corrupting the youth. Galileo was silenced for suggesting the Earth wasn't the center of the universe. More recently, people like Alan Turing and Nikola Tesla were seen as eccentric outcasts. Even Arthur Schopenhauer, the philosopher who predicted all this, lived much of his life in solitude. He argued that intelligence wasn't a blessing, it was a burden. Because the more you understand, the harder it becomes to find joy in simple things. The more you see the world clearly, the more disillusioned you become. According to Schopenhauer, the intelligent aren't unsocial because they hate people. They're unsocial because small talk feels like noise and groupthink feels like madness. Fast forward to today, and things aren't much better. Social media has amplified the rejection of depth. Algorithms reward outrage, simplicity, and clickbait, not curiosity, nuance, or complexity. The deeper your thoughts, the harder it is to fit them into a 60-second reel. So what happens? Entertainers go viral, thinkers go silent, and those who dare to speak truth are drowned out by those who speak louder. It's not that people don't care about truth. It's that they've been conditioned to avoid anything that takes effort to understand. So, what do you do if you're a deep thinker in a shallow world? First, don't shrink yourself to fit in. You're not too much. You're just not for everyone. And that's okay. Second, find your tribe. You may feel isolated in crowds, but you're not alone in the world. There are others who crave meaningful conversations, who question the obvious, and who think like you do. You just have to look beyond the surface. Third, protect your energy. Not every conversation is worth having. Not every room deserves your thoughts. Share them wisely. Because while intelligence might be a curse in shallow spaces, it's a superpower in the right hands. So, keep thinking deeply. Keep asking uncomfortable questions, because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more people who actually think. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who needs to hear it. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.